okay, it's now the end of February. How did we do? How was our accountability? Because truthfully, if we can't take a real reflection on what we're doing, we can't make changes to move it forward. And really, I've been thinking about this a lot because I definitely must see a change. I must. And even though there was some success over the past month, frankly, I need to recognize I need to have a seriousness about this needs to be about making money, not about spending money. And I'm going to make that happen by the end of March if it damn well kills me. So,
Mm.
frankly, I ran into some barriers as far as things were happening. We couldn't get the device to send the message to purchase the mug, but it took us a little while to make it work. Now I know
Mm.
what's happening. It's going to happen so we can start the promotion. We now have the thing that we need to do for the newsletter. That still had a lot of problems in it and some chinks, but guess what? We figured it out. We're moving forward. And I think I see the light at the end of the tunnel. But what I've learned the most about stuff this month was that everything takes much longer than I had planned. And so I really need to consider how am I spending my time? Because truthfully, I want to have Saturdays where I do nothing. I want to have some days where I do nothing.
Mm.
I'm facing the facts that if I truly want to earn the money that allows me to do nothing, then I need to spend more time now to make it
Doing
happen
something.
so that I can plan more do nothing days. Now, it doesn't mean I have to hustle because I
Mm.
did a manifestation challenge this past month. And
Mm.
out of the blue, ladies, and I mean it, out of the blue, after the blizzard, I got this notice in my bank that said, oh, we just put $1,100 into your account. I was like, oh, that must be something from the blizzard. There's something must be wrong. I'm thinking, oh,
Right.
something. No, I got an unexpected, and I really think this is because I did the manifestation challenge. I got an unexpected year-end additional bonus that came out of
Mm.
nowhere. It blew my
Really?
head
Yeah.
off. I did. And
Okay.
you know something? This was the first time I've really been diligent doing this manifestation challenge. Really diligent every single morning, doing a manifestation that I'm attracting exactly what is meant for me, abundance and ease. And I didn't even know that you could get something like
Beautiful.
this. The
Encouraging. I like
vibration, as much as we might feel frustrated about whatever's happening, every corner I was turning in the business, I kept going, what the heck? Nothing's working. We really can't allow it to break our vibration of goodness and abundance and ease into. We still have to stay in that energy. It's
I
so
think I think
important.
you're right because I'm like in a season of sitting still because I hate to say it, but I failed so much that
Mm.
now I'm like the steps I take, the intentions behind it need to, and I don't have the money to do it.
Mhm.
Another thing.
I
But
understand.
I've been like really sitting still, sitting quiet, doing nothing, trying to figure it out, but just making sure, Keisha, when you make a move, because I told you a friend at my job, she was like, oh, you should write a book on failure because you're so good at it. And at first I took it like, excuse me, but she was just like saying, Keisha, no, what she really was trying to say is you'll fail and get back up and do something else and
This is
you'll
true.
fail again. So she was giving me a sideways compliment, like, you're good.
Mm.
This is nothing for you. You fail and you just keep going, Keisha. But I was like, I don't know. Maybe I need to sit down and sit quiet and sit still and not do anything and just figure out my steps. So
Maybe it's about allowing more than it is about pushing.
I like that. Taking inventory.
I like that
Yeah.
too. So I feel you, Keisha. I really do.
Yeah. Just
And how do
sitting.
you feel, Yo-Yo?
I got my second edits off my laptop into the editor. So
Okay.
I'm
That's
actually,
good.
when you're talking about sitting still, I'm sitting still and waiting for her to send me back the revisions.
Okay.
And it's not everything that I wanted to accomplish this first quarter, but we still got
4
to do
months.
that. And I made it my priority to step out of my comfort zone and to attend more events and seminars that I wouldn't necessarily go to, just because I realized that you never know who you're going to meet. And
I'm always laughing because I feel like you're always going to events. I'm like, what is she talking about? You're always like out.
yeah, I'm always going out,
Are
but
these different
most
type of events? Like
these
you
are
are these
different types of
events?
events, right?
Okay.
So I'm trying to be more of a socialite, right? Not just solo dating, not just solo adventures or dinners, because I could easily go to things by myself. But
Right.
I'm being more intentional by going to events so that I can network and make myself known. Because I think
Okay.
part of, and you've always said that, it's something that's been tattooed in my brain. You said people buy from people they like or support people they like.
People do
So
business with people that they like.
that's what it is. People do business with people they like. So I said I could be on social media all I want. If
Mhm.
I don't go out, start making these connections with real people, tell them I'm a writer, this is what I write about. I hope you can tune in, buy my book or support me, then it's gonna be hard for me to move that needle because
Yeah.
there's so much competition out there. So I'm asking
Yeah.
myself, where do I stand out? How do I get known? This is something I've always wanted it to be, and it can happen. I just gotta put in the work.
And you know
So
what? You just said something really smart. Someone told me if they don't know your business is out there, how they gonna support? So you're doing the right thing by
yeah,
connecting, making those
yeah,
connections because now if something comes up, they're gonna think of Yo-Yo. They're gonna be like, remember the girl that we met?
yeah,
That's a good
yeah.
move. Good move.
So
And
yesterday I went to Westchester County Center because they was doing an event for Black History Month,
oh,
and
cool.
they gave an award to Lorraine Hansberry, who's a
Mm.
writer. And
Mm.
there's a non-for-profit group in Croton on the Harmon, and they do festivals and different things for writers.
Oh,
And I was just like, look at this. Look at God opening
there
these
you
doors. So
go.
after this ceremony, I went up to the organizers and I introduced myself. She said, please come out to Courtney Harmon. We want to hear from you. Whatever book you're writing, we would want you to do like a talk and talk to some
Yes.
of our members who come in. And I was
That's
just
good.
like, wow, look at that.
Do a reading. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm like, Courtney Harmon, I can't even count on my fingers how many times I've been over there. I don't think I've been there more than twice.
Doesn't
And
Right.
it
matter.
was because of work. And that's what I'm talking about, being intentional about going out, not just
Okay.
going out and eating the food. Because I was on the table
Right.
with some guys, they were really funny. And they were
Yeah.
like, I said, what brought you out here? They were like, the food.
I
Right.
have to tell you, this has been on my mind as well. And I'm really thinking very seriously and doing something. And it's been on my mind for a very long time. Back a long time ago, I used to hold a monthly gathering for women when I had a space that was available to me. And
Mhm.
I think I'm going to start it again. I
Mhm.
like it when we can come together and support and cheer each other on. That's one of
Yeah.
the things that I love the most about coming
Mhm.
together with people is that we can come together and cheer each
Mhm.
other on and maybe share some of the places where we're feeling a little stuck or a little not sure, but we have to do it in small groups. And I think the group that I had for a long time was only about 8 women.
Mhm.
I'm seriously thinking about launching this again. What's my tax refund is to go ahead and find a space like one of those workspaces where you can have a nice room and maybe have some catering brought in. I don't think that would be that expensive. And then promote it and invite people to come and build some kind of a supportive master class sponsored
Yeah.
by, we could even do it for the Three Ladies podcast, sponsored by
Yeah.
the Three Ladies podcast. Maybe I sponsor one that's by the Healthy by George for people who are health focused creators. Because seriously, it's the more you can get into the room. You're right, Yo-Yo. The more we can get into a room with people and share and build the network and let it
And
grow.
that's this got started. Remember, we came together, and
Mhm.
you just said something really strong, Yo-Yo, about putting yourself in the room with these people, these same people that are thinking like you, connecting. So we're doing it here on a small level, but then when you go out, like you said, you're being intentional, and you just spark something in me, because I keep saying real estate. Well, Keisha, why don't you go to some meetups? Like, you just made me think about
Absolutely.
Yes, without a
Absolutely.
doubt.
And there's so many
yeah,
different clubs and
Mhm.
forums and events. Matter of
No,
fact,
I
I think
know.
next week I'm going to a Black woman in construction. Somebody invited me to a Black woman in construction dinner.
yeah.
And
Interesting.
I said, let me go, because who
Yeah, why
knows who I'm
not?
going to meet. I just said, let me go. She extended the invitation. And this was the thing I was talking about. Sometimes going to events that I would not necessarily go to because I'm not really into construction, but you just never know where that path
No,
or where that avenue may
Yeah.
take you.
never know.
Yeah.
Exactly. Maybe
Yeah.
somebody needs some writers that talk about building. For the
Yeah.
challenge
Or,
of the building.
or,
Hey,
or there's somebody who could connect me to somebody else.
yes,
It's
never know.
What it boils down to.
just
That's what it boils
thinking
down to.
outside that box.
Mm.
And
Next.
yeah,
It is about connections.
and putting yourself out there. I could easily go out and be a bowl on a shelf. Nobody would know that I'm out there, and I still have
Yeah.
a good time with myself. But
Sure.
it's being more intentional and being like, okay, this is who I am. This is what I do. If you know
Right.
somebody who's interested or you're interested, please support me.
And why
Exactly.
not?
That's true.
Readers are everywhere.
Yeah,
The readers are
absolutely.
everywhere. And frankly, we all know how hard it is to figure out a way to be accountable to ourselves.
Yeah.
And if we
Yeah.
had to show up somewhere with another group of
Mhm.
people who feel just the same way in person to share about how we're working towards our passion, and we don't even
Mhm.
have to say what it is. We can just say, here are the barriers. It's about time. It's about how do I deal with my family and making money and showing up and this and that. Just being able to say aloud. I've always found that saying something aloud in front of other people who witness me, it just changes how I am
Mhm.
thinking about what I'm doing.
Yes.
Mhm.
Saying it and writing it, right?
Saying it and
Yeah.
writing it. Yep. Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what the whole mantra was about.
Right. I do believe there's something powerful in writing it down, typing it out. Like, that's why I have
Nope.
journals. Something powerful about writing it down. I keep my journals everywhere I go. I have one in my bed, one here on the desk, at a
Yep.
job, just writing it down and visualizing it. I'm even right now, I'm in my son's room, and you probably can't see it, but on his wall, he has stuff writing down. Like, he says, you can do it, you can be better. And he got
Exactly.
goal, do better. He got
Mhm.
so many stuff written on his walls. He goes, let my blessings exceed my expectations.
Everything
Yeah.
that you want is coming for you.
You
Yeah.
wrote that? That's deep.
Yeah, it's all over his walls. Like, at one point, I was worried because when we come on live or we on video, I'm
Yeah.
like, people could probably see this writing, but I'm like so
No.
proud of it because this is his affirmations that he looks at
That's
every
right.
day when he wakes up.
Yeah.
That's a
Yeah.
Well, the
state.
Or he
first
got-
time when I had the women's club here in the apartment, we all painted on the wall. I have still there. Because when I first started dating my partner, I said, does that bother you? He says, no, it inspires me. It has all the things that we wanted to manifest. There's a recording, a book, there is wealth, health, everything is painted on the wall.
Mhm.
And I still have it there. It's been there for
Yeah.
many years. I agree with you. You have to surround yourself with what it is that you want to make happen. And I really got so serious about this in the past month, about making
Right.
sure every single morning did my manifestation, meditation, and chant. And darn it, I shocked. Totally blew my mind. So much so that I'm continuing it even more.
Mhm.
Good. I
Yeah.
like that.
You
That's
know, that
inspiring.
you are welcoming in what is meant for you with ease and abundance. You're welcoming in what exactly is your heart's desire with ease and abundance, and just
Mhm.
meditating on that. I was like, yeah, I can get with that.
Mm.
So how do y'all see the March happening?
That's
Yeah,
the
just
that's the
inspired
last
me.
quarter. That's the last month of the quarter.
That's right.
The quarter. That's like my year one. I
True.
break them up into the quarters into years. Definitely more writing. I'm not sure if I'm gonna. She told me I may not get my edits back by March,
Definitely.
but I definitely want to continue going out and promoting myself because this would be a very good time to promote myself because the book is coming out and
Right.
work on the back end, the business end of it, the KDP, uploading it,
Yep.
and my IBS number and the other stuff. So that's going to be my goal for March is the back end business part of promoting myself. And I went to another event, which was
Yeah.
canceled because of the blizzard, but I
Mhm.
met a young lady there and she didn't know it was canceled too. And we got to talking and
Oh.
she said that she's trying to break into social media for publishing houses to
Mhm.
promote books and stuff. And just in talking with her, she was like, she's always following things online. And she figures like the only way to make the connection is to network. So that's why she came out here. So it was just another confirmation about we could all be in our bubble and just be sending DMs and messages and emails. I think it goes a long way when people actually see a physical person.
Oh,
So
yeah.
you this energy that's exchanged, right? You can see somebody
Yeah.
and see if it's off or on in their
Yep.
energy. We were talking about that, and she said that Kim and Keisha, you just said it. People do business with people they like.
Yep.
So if they meet you and you have a good vibe,
Mhm.
maybe they're not interested, but they'll support you because you just put off a good vibe, you know?
Yeah, it's something
Exactly.
about you I like. Yeah, it's
Yep.
true.
And that's
Like,
and there's
even, you know what it makes me think about? Remember when everybody was upset with Target and I'm not shopping at Target and they said
Mhm.
I'm not doing business with them just because they didn't like what was going on. Meanwhile, we all
Right.
love Target and we're
well, of
like,
course, it's hard not to.
but because you don't want to support the shenanigans or
Yeah.
whatever, you say I'm not
Yeah.
doing business. Walk into a restaurant and they don't treat you right. You love the food, but you're like, I'm not eating there because they didn't greet me
No.
Yeah.
properly, whatever it
Yep.
is. Yes, people they want to spend money with people that they like. So you're
And it's
doing the right
about
thing.
more and more it's become a trust economy. Do we
Right.
trust that person that's sharing X, Y, and Z? Do we trust what they're sharing is something I relate to? Do I trust that what you're selling is quality? Do I trust how you're doing things, how you're treating people who reach out to you? So it makes a difference that
The
you,
person that I am, even if I'm not going to be into your product, but because I like you and I want you to know I'm supporting, I'm going to get it. I may not
right?
use it, but I just want you to know I like you and I want to support what you're doing. That's it. So
Mhm.
keep going with that, yo. That's a good
Mhm.
move.
Yeah. You're
I
gonna
think
catch me
so
outside.
too.
I'm like, this chick is outside again. Yeah, I'm
That's
outside.
okay. Hey,
I'm not
listen,
clean. I love it. I love the outfit.
I think it's fantastic. And who knows, maybe come April, we'll have a Three Ladies podcast accountability program,
Meet up. Maybe we need to
Yeah.
meet up together.
a VIP meetup. That
I
wouldn't be
like
bad.
it.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
really feel strongly about that because I really love bringing people together. It's something I do feel a little passionate about. So,
I'd rather
Mhm.
meet in person than to be on the phone.
Yeah, I
I'm all
agree.
about that.
There's something about being together with someone.
There's a reason why that's now become like a popular thing because we realize we become so heavily involved with our phones
Yeah.
and laptops that we're not actually going out to meet people and have conversations and connections.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
even walking groups are now become like the new social club.
Oh, yeah.
Time I'm
Without
on
a doubt.
TikTok, there's somebody with a new walking group who's
Mhm.
they're just not walking, they're doing social groups. And
Mhm.
then remember there used to be this thing called paint and sip. Now they
Mhm.
got press on nails and sip.
Yeah.
So I was just like, where does it stop?
And
I thought it was a
gatherings.
cute idea though. You
Hey.
get around and make your own press on nails and you put them on
Yes.
before you leave.
That's cool.
Or
Yeah.
knitting or crocheting.
Yeah. So
or
all of these
quilting,
are social
reading.
interactions.
Some people are coming together to read in the same room.
Yes, I saw that at the New York Public Library. They had a reading rhythm at night. And there was a whole bunch of people, like hundreds of people who came into the room just to read a book
Yeah.
Just to be around people. Do you see what it is now? We are
Yo-yo, that might
starving
be
for
something
human
you gotta do.
connection.
They're
Maybe
now
you
We are
gotta
having
do
dancing.
read and
They're
rhythm,
having,
yo-yo.
yes,
Maybe we can
dancing
put that
events
together.
in museums.
Yes, I wrote something about
Yeah,
that.
dancing events in museums. Remember? Shared
Yes.
about that. So that's
Yes.
phenomenal that there's already this need to gather. I think there's even the
Yes.
new social group. There's one in Williamsburg and another one somewhere in Midtown or the Village or something. That again
Mhm.
is about just coming together and being part of a social group for $25 or something.
Yeah.
That's
But yeah,
nice.
connecting
idea.
is important.
We're
So
seeing it more and more. It
Mhm.
is important. And that loneliness is a killer.
it's
Yeah.
a huge problem.
Yes.
Loneliness
Yeah.
is a
It's-
big
As
problem.
human beings, we need to connect with other people. We cannot just say we live in a bubble and
No.
that's it. You still need a
No.
human connection.
That's true.
You
Desperately.
need somebody to get on your nerves.
A little bit.
A little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a wonderful thing for us three ladies podcast to contemplate about. So please think about subscribing. Please think about clicking that like button or sharing. We'd love to see you here every week.
Mm-hmm.
All
Thank
right.
you.